This will be the part 2 of my lecture in CBN. But before I proceed with the discussion on grammar rules, the continuation of my discussion on the grammar rules, this will be your assignment number 5. Take this down, no? Assignment number 5, I'd like you, assignment number 5, assignment number 5 is I'd like you to read the book of Milton Rokich. Milton Rokich. And the title is The Nature of Human Values. The Nature of Human Values. No, I'd like you to summarize this. No, of course, it talks about, as I told you, it talks about the instrumental and terminal values. No, instrumental as opposed to what we call terminal values. So what you should do in assignment number 5 would be to summarize the work of Milton Rokich. Okay, clear? So that is assignment number 5. Now assignment number 6 is this. I'd like you to, after reading the work of Milton Rokich, I'd like you to give me 5 of your instrumental values. Now you have to categorize them from most important to the least important. No? So you have to give me, of course, the first one that occupies the top spot would be the most important, and so on and so forth. Number 1 and number. And of course, because of this, you have chosen already 5 instrumental values. What would you like to achieve as your terminal values? No, so opposite this value, this instrumental value, would be what would you like to achieve because you have that value. No, I told you that your values will have a hierarchy. No, there is an order of values. So if you put that, say for instance, honesty or being honest as an instrumental value, so what would you like to achieve as your terminal value given this particular personality trait or instrumental value? Now you get the point? So this will be your assignment number 6, and I'd like you to write that down in your yellow pad, which will also be compiled in your portfolio or in your folder. Okay, we proceed now with unit 3, which is what we call pronouns. Unit 3 is on pronouns. Let me check. Let me check the book. Is it the pronouns? Yes, it is pronouns. So here, when we talk of pronouns, I'd like you to remember 2 types or 2 kinds. No, the first is what we call the personal pronouns. Personal pronouns. And then the second one would be what I call, or what we call, the demonstrative pronouns. No, demonstrative pronouns. This is unit 3 of your grammar book. Demonstrative pronouns. Clear? So let us take this first. The personal pronouns. No, we talk about pronouns as words that are substitutes, no, or take the place of nouns. Substitutes or take the place or replacement of nouns. No, so if we have here, remember that there are substitutes. No, so if we have here Maria Santos, for instance, this is a, what do we call this? It's a proper noun, no? It's the name of a particular person. So what is the pronoun that would replace Maria Santos? You know? of course, the pronoun, personal pronoun would be she. No? So if we have here a, say for instance, a gentleman, for instance, a gentleman. Of course, this is a common noun. No? If it is a common noun, you never capitalize. But this one, it's a proper noun, so you have to capitalize. Now, so gentleman, what would be the personal pronoun that would replace the common noun gentleman? It would, of course, be he. Correct? Now, we go to, say for instance, flower. No, it's also a common noun. No, so to replace that, no, instead of repeating all throughout flower, 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 it will be useful for you to use the personal pronoun it because it's a neuter. Clear? But these are not the only personal pronouns that we have. No, there are 6 classifications. Now we move first to the personal pronouns in the singular form. No? So we have here the personal pronouns. Now, when we talk of the personal pronouns, they are used as the what? What are they commonly known for? They are used as substitutes and they can be considered as the subject of a sentence. No? Now, the personal pronouns that I'm talking about would be in singular form. We have I, no? I, ako. No? The translation in our language would be ako. No? This is singular because we are talking only of only one. Then you, yung S is singular. No? You meaning I'm talking only to you, to one person. Because there is a plural form of you. Meaning if I'm talking to a class, there will be several persons. So that would be you, the entire class, plural. Now, the third singular classification would be the he, she, then it. No? So these are all in singular form. Singular meaning there is only one. Diba? When we talk of singular. Now, I caution you that when you use this, the first I, it is always capitalized. So I do not want to see anything written in your, see, instance, if you make a message, if you write a message to me, then I see this, that is wrong. No? I is always capitalized. Okay? For you to be considered as educated, never use that because that is wrong. That is incorrect. Okay, I repeat, I, the personal pronoun I, is always capitalized. Clear? Now we proceed now with the plural personal pronouns. No? I would be ako. What if we say tayo? It will now be we. So, tayo, marami tayo, no? So, it cannot be singular. Now, I told you earlier that there is a plural form for you, but still the same, it would be you, P, which is denoting that it is in plural form. You, I'm only talking to one person. You, plural, I am talking to a lot of persons. And then finally, the plural form of this will be they. You will notice that each of these personal pronoun can be used in a sentence as a subject. No? Subject meaning, what is a subject, which you will be learning again? Well, it is the person, place, baptized. We go back to the baptized, no? The nouns. It is the person, animal, place, thing, idea, event, or situation that is being talked about. That is being talked about. That is what we call the subject. No? Subject of the sentence. Clear so far? Okay, let us take for instance an example, one in singular form and then one in plural form. No, although a lot of examples are given in your book. No, I'd like to get this one. Maria Santos. Maria Santos goes to the market. Well, of course, I told you that each word, this is a grammatically correct statement. Correct? In the present tense. Maria Santos goes to the market. I told you that every word in your sentence would represent what? A part of the speech. Clear? That's why you have learned at first the different parts of the speech. So this one will correspond a part of the speech. This one also a part of the speech. This one will be a part of speech. That one is also a part of speech. That one is also a part of speech. So if you will identify this one is a noun. This one is your verb. This one is your preposition. No? That one sometimes this is your article, which you will learn also later on where do they fall the article. This one is also a noun. No? So each word in your sentence would represent what we call a part of speech. Clear so far? So here, this sentence, Maria Santos goes to the market. Now, instead of repeating this Maria Santos as your subject, then there is another statement. Will you still say Maria Santos? Maria Santos is beautiful, something like that. If this is your sentence, then the next sentence that comes after this would be Maria Santos pays or buys rather buys vegetables well, instead of repeating this as your next statement, you just have to replace that with a personal pronoun, and that one would be she. So it goes like this. Maria Santos goes to the market, she buys vegetables, instead of repeating always Maria Santos. Clear? Okay, let us take the plural. This time the plural personal pronoun. Say for instance, we use this. The boys are playing football. But again, each word here in this sentence would represent a particular part of speech. But your subject would of course be the boys. No? So in order to replace this, say for instance, your next statement will be the boys are enjoying the play. Play meaning the football, no? So instead of the books, wrong. It's not the books but the boys. Instead of repeating this as your subject, which personal pronoun will replace this, the boys? It will be they. So instead of using the same subject, this one now, the personal pronoun they would be your subject. The boys are playing football, they are enjoying the play. Instead of saying the boys are playing football, the boys are enjoying the play, well, it will be redundant. Okay? Clear? So I move on. You just have to read the book, the contents of your book, and then you will learn the different personal pronouns. Now, I'd like to jump to another kind, which is demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronouns, rather, not pronoun. So, demonstrative pronouns are used to point out a particular remember that, a particular or specific noun. or subject, no? Noun, no? So here there are four, no? Demonstrative. You point out. You point. Which one are you talking about? No, so we have this. What is the plural of this? Anyone understand this? The plural of this is these. No? You take a look at the pronunciation. This, these. No? And then if it is farther, if you are pointing a thing or an animal or a person at which is a little bit far from your distance, it will be that. That would be your demonstrative pronoun in singular form. Yonder. We talked about that yonder, no? Farther. And then the plural of this will be those. No? So this one, when we talk of this sofa, no? This sofa is new, for instance. So this one is your what? Demonstrative pronoun. So to make this in plural form, well, of course, these, no? These. Indeed, these sofas are new, no? Clear? Now, for that as a demonstrative pronoun, I am pointing a thing which is farther from me. So, if I say that tree, no, I'm referring to that tree outside. No, that tree. That tree is what? That tree is that tree is alive, for instance. That tree is alive. I'm talking to that tree which is far from where I stand, no? That tree is alive. Now if you want to make this as plural, you use the demonstrative plural those. Now it should agree, no? Those trees should agree with this because this one is plural. So those trees are alive. Okay? Clear? So it should agree, no? Singular, plural. Okay? I hold you responsible in reading the other parts of the book so that we could finish this early and you could submit your module on time. No? But do not forget the correct spelling as well as the vocabulary. Now, I'd like you to answer exercise number 3 in your book. Okay, so I think we are moving fast. So before the semester ends, I'd like you to finish this because there's a sequel to this. Yung let us study sentences, I think you still have that also as one of the things or books that we will be discussing this semester. Okay? Thank you and good afternoon, everyone.